Hello and welcome to my channel where I like to share my commentary, my thoughts on various magical, witchy things, the things that I have found that help me. It's not so much a learning channel of I'm going to tell you exactly how to do things because I don't feel qualified to do that yet. But just more of a way for me to kind of track my magical and spiritual journey. So if that is something that you like, feel free to check out my other videos. This should be my fourth one. So I should have 3 more before this. And yeah, let me know what you think if it's something that you would like. I plan on posting a video every single Wednesday from here until I stop doing this. So there you go. Today we are talking, if I look this way, it's because I have my laptop there. And that's where my notes are. So today we are talking about unique ways to make the mundane magical. And the first set are going to be like the personal things that I do. And then the second set is going to be kind of like, I would say more common things that I hear, see on YouTube or blogs. For other people who have talked about this, but so far I haven't really seen a lot of people mention, or I haven't seen anyone mention the like 5 personal things that I came up with. So yeah, let's get into this. So the first one, and this is so weird because I've been doing this for ever since before I was even thinking about having a magical practice, a spiritual journey, any of that when I was a kid. For me, washing my hair is a very magical thing. So I feel very connected to my hair. I absolutely love my hair. I always have. I've always felt like Samson. Without my hair, I am weak. Like, my hair is so magical to me. So one of the things about hair is that it really locks in scents. So at a bonfire, at a barbecue, if anyone is smoking, if there is ever anything smoky, if I was out at a club the night before, I never feel clean until my hair is washed. And I think that that's something that a lot of people, especially with like long hair, can, like, they know that that's a thing, like they recognize that. So for me, I always felt spiritually cleansed after my hair was clean. And so the way that I make this magical, in addition to just feeling cleansed, feeling renewed, is I actually imagine when I'm washing my hair, all of that energy, whether it be negative, chaotic, or just I'm ready to start over, and be fresh again. I just imagine that like leaving and then putting in the intentions that I have for my hair. I do have some scalp issues, so I do have special shampoo and conditioner that I use for my hair, and like really rubbing that in and focusing on that, for me it's just a magical time. And again, you can apply this to any form of hygiene because hygiene in itself is physical cleansing. But if you feel a spiritual aspect to that as well, by all means, you can use that for washing your face. Because, I mean, oh my gosh, the difference after like a really, really good face wash, especially if I was lazy and didn't wash my face for a day. Yeah. The feeling is just, oh my gosh, it's amazing. The next one, and this is not something that I do so much anymore, just because I'm not riding on public trans as much right now, is actually I had to find a way to make my public trans a magical experience. Because I'm from a very, very small town and I live in a big city now, and I needed to do public trans for a short while, and it was frightening. It was overwhelming, and I would feel like by the time that I got to work, I was so anxious and nervous from being on the bus and the metro that it was like, it took forever for me to get into a good mindset. So some of the ways that I do this, depending on the mood that I'm in and what I need for that day, I will listen to music to attune myself to a certain energy level. Another thing that I like to do, especially now, is listening to witchy podcasts or audiobooks. So I didn't include this in my recent Witchy Reads video, but one of the ones that I'm trying to listen to now is Psychic Witch by Matt Oren. And yeah, just listening to those podcasts, YouTube videos, using that time to enrich myself spiritually, magically, educationally, for me, that then turns the mundane into a magical experience. If your love language is touch, you understand this. For me, hugging my husband is a magical experience. Before, I would say hugging friends, coworkers, because I used to do that. Like, I would ask people, can I give you a hug? And it's more of the intentional, we are going to be in an embrace for a longer period of time. And it's a sharing of energy. It is a sign of compassion and love. It is the most healing thing, like emotionally, that I can personally have or give to someone. And I'm not a touchy-feely person by any means. If I do not know you and we have not had like that exchange of, can I hug you? Yes, you may. Then I don't want you touching me. But once that consent is given, it's like, oh my gosh, it is such a magical experience just being able to embrace someone, allowing them or yourself to fully relax and accept all of that loving, calming energy. Hugs, love a good hug. Love it. And I mean, like, we're staying there for at least a good minute. It's gonna take a while. So the next two, really the last two, are related to my pets. So walking my dog. And I'm sure a lot of, like, this kind of is also pretty obvious, but in order to walk a dog, you have to go outside. So sometimes, because I hate leaving my apartment, sometimes that is the only time that I will leave my apartment, especially with quarantine going on. So stepping out and getting to just be in nature, even though it's in my neighborhood, but there are trees and plants and birds and things, nature things. For me, I have been able to turn that into a magical practice. I will actually, when I want to go out and forage in a nearby park for simple things, then I'll take my dog with me, and that is a part of her walk, but I also like to make it magical. And it's my time of whenever I just get to let her, like, lead the way. Sometimes I'll just, like, see where she wants to take me, and that's, like, super fun. So it also allows me to connect with her on a different level. And then the last one is petting my cat. So I got my cat, which I'm very surprised that he has not made an appearance yet, because he loves jumping on this chair. But I got my cat when my husband and I were still in a long distance relationship. So this was after we were married. I was still in the Army, and he was stationed somewhere else. He came to visit me, and we picked out our cat, Sir Clive, at a shelter while he was with me. And basically, every day that I came home from work, usually in the middle of a panic or anxiety attack, it was bad, I would just collapse onto the floor. Sir Clive would meet me at the door, and I would just, like, lay there and pet him. Like, honestly, he is my emotional support cat. He can definitely tell when I am having a hard time. Also, he may just love pets all the time. So it's hard to tell. But typically anytime that I'm going through a particularly hard emotional time, he is right there. And just, again, it's having that love language of touch and wanting to be tactile and feel comfort and calming from him. It's absolutely amazing. I have a great connection with him. So those are my personal 5. And real quick, I wanted to share with you 5 other mundane activities that are pretty common, but just in case you hadn't heard about them, I just wanted to shoot them off real quick. So any form of personal grooming or cleansing, like I said before, cutting hair, taking a bath, taking a shower. We've kind of heard about spiritual baths a lot, so I feel like that one kind of goes without saying, but wanted to include it just because we are talking mundane magical activities. Cleaning your home and tidying up, again, anything having to do with cleaning, you can make it magical, for sure. Cooking, stirring, eating, that is basically kitchen witchery. Right there. Absolutely anything. Me drinking this coffee, I can make it magical. I often don't, just because I forget. Deep breathing, grounding, stretching. These are things that you can easily do at any time of the day. Stretching is nice. You can literally, I mean, these are just so common. And then lighting candles. Especially for us, we are very big on scented candles in our home. I used to have some candles that were unscented that I would just light for the ambiance. The apartment that we're in right now, it doesn't make a lot of sense to have that. Like, for safety reasons, we can't because of fire hazards. It's a long thing. Anyway, so like lighting candles, whether that be scents, the ambiance, or even the color of the candles. Lighting a candle can be a quick, mundane activity that you can make magical. But anyways, let me know what unique, mundane activities you have made magical in your practice and everyday life. And if there is anything else that is quite common that you think that I missed, let me know in the comment section down below. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. I will have another video up next Wednesday, and I'm about to record that as soon as I stop recording this. Thank you so much for joining me, and have a magical day.